Welcome back to Week 6, Day 1 of the HCS Pro League fall season. Elamite and T2 joining you from the Xfinity desk here. And we just saw two amazing Game 5 series, and hopefully we're leading into another Game 3 that may or may not go the distance. But regardless, this is going to be a huge grudge match between these two teams as we have Evil Geniuses going up against Team Envyus.
Yeah, this is going to be a very important series for Evil Geniuses because they are in that same discussion as Luminosity is for trying to make their way into that playoffs. Again, they missed out last time. They were one game away from taking Cloud9's spot in the summer finals, and they are trying to, again, not be in that same situation. Roy Lunchbox, Ninja Stellar, they definitely want this one. I know Roy and Lunch, I'm not sure the final outcome of the Cubs game, but I know they're definitely, if they won, they're going to be feeling good. If they lost, we may have an angry Roy and Lunchbox on our hands.
Yeah, and keep in mind, like, not only are they trying to get these wins here and hopefully make that run for playoffs, but their losses are going to actually put them down into relegation where they were safe last season in the summer. This is not the case this time around, and they have a lot to prove as they're going up against the #1 squad. Snipe Down, Migwin, I Got Your Pistola, and Hook here.
Yeah, and as we were saying before, Envy, they're already a lock for the top 4. We're not sure which spot they're going to be in. Most likely in first, unless Optic Gaming is going to have a say in that one. Optic Gaming, they're going to be taking on Team Liquid after this series here, but Evil Geniuses, this is a much more important series for them, and they're going to be going up against this guy, Eric Rona, Snipe Down, absolute monster in terms of putting up huge stats, always getting the huge slays, and been very impressed with Envy. We were talking about their objective work. On paper, they don't have an objective player. Are they going to be able to slay enough to be able to get that done? And they have. So they've been extremely strong here. Evil Geniuses, they've lost a couple Game 5s here. They need to brush that off. They need to come in here focused. They need to make sure if they are on the verge of eliminating Envy, that they don't take it too easy and say, all right, guys, this series almost over. We almost won. They need to end it and then feel good about themselves afterwards.
Yeah, Envy has one goal right now, and that's ending this fall season in the #1 spot. And of course, that was taking a look at the Snipe Down profile, put 18 wins. Well, he also won this past weekend in UGCs. So that could arguably be 19 victories here for this guy alone. Of course, he did rack up a lot of those with Lunchbox and Roy, the team he's about to face off against. But a lot on the line for both these squads, both in terms of what is on the line here for these squads, and then that grudge match bad blood factor here, as Lunchbox, Roy, and Snipe Down have been teaming together for ages.
Yeah, and you have Ninja, who he hasn't gone into full ninja form like we have seen him in the beginning of the season. We've saw the amazing snipes coming from him, the amazing triple kill. We've saw, just what he can do. I really want to see him step it up and play at the highest level possible because, again, Roy and Ninja to me are the big X factors on this team. They are fully capable of not only bringing this team into the playoffs, but actually putting up a solid fight against Optic Gaming, Envy, Team Liquid, the teams that are looking like the top 3 here in the league. So again, if they are playing at their best, expect an amazing series.
Now we're getting the players set up in game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the series layout and see what these teams are going to be matching up against. Truth, CTF, Coliseum, Slayer, Plaza, Strongholds. Now should we need 4 and 5? CTF, Coliseum, Truth, Slayer. So Truth Slayer is one of those. Types. Yeah, I mean, I like them too. Truth Slayer is one where that last Game 5, I feel like we've seen more blowout Game 5s on Truth than we have those close, hard-fought battles. And what we just saw last series was one of those hard-fought battles.
For sure, and we saw fantastic fuel rod control, and that was the big difference maker. Denoxide getting that 2-for-1 as the players coming up on the street, and then we saw some clutch plays happen in CTF Truth as well. So very fast-paced game types. This series, it's gonna completely fly by. I mean, CTF Truth, I'd be shocked if these teams didn't end it within the first 5-7 minutes. Same with CTF Coliseum. When you watch these teams scrim, it's just constant. Even if they're not scrimming against each other, but just in general, this high caliber of teams, they are constantly getting the flags out. They're constantly doing the objective. And then these Slayer games, Coliseum and Truth, those are games that are very hard to slow down. Eden Slayer, totally fine when it comes to a standstill, but in Truth, you rarely see that happen. So I'm expecting this one to be very intense. It's going to come down to a lot of communication, and that's some of the things that Evil Geniuses really specializes in. They're great at communicating. Roy and Lunch constantly barking out calls. They have Tawi in there as well, laying down some other, being the fifth man. So we'll find out what happens. You have two really top coaches here, Alumni and Tawi, being the big X factors for these teams as well.
One thing to keep in mind, even though EG has been struggling, Lunchbox and Roy played their best Halo when they're going up against old teammates, and it's just simple as that. Different mindset going into it, and how hard I guess maybe they are trying in that game, but they're going to play better against that Optic Gaming, that lethal guy, and then of course Envyus and that snipe down one.
Yeah, those guys, don't know who those guys are, but here we have Stellar going in for the quick pull, and look at this, Evil Geniuses already adding pressure. There's only one player alive right now for Envy on the pink side of the map, but I believe that was snipe down. So we see Ninja picking up 2 quick kills, make that 3 kills for Ninja. Possible flag cap coming in here, right off the rip here for Evil Geniuses, and they put that one in 30 seconds, Kyle.
That was insane. I mean, Stellar's point of view was insane.
What is going on? Ninja. Oh no, Ninja misses the flag, but it ends up working out for him. Throws a splinter grenade into the face. 2 players in front of the base. Now, if Ninja gets more support, we're looking at a really solid start here for Evil Geniuses. Already fantastic, but that flag does get returned there for Envy. Now you have Lunchbox with the sword and the camouflage. He takes down Snipe Down.
He had Fuel Rod too, I think.
He did, and one of the things that we didn't point out was Hook was the player to pick up a double kill to stop that flag return. So you got to give a little bit of props there to Hook where they're due, but Lunchbox not able to put that sword and camo to use.
I would have liked to see him throw a nade and stay below the base and back off. That was a little bit, too hopeful to run out front of the base there. You've got players, they've got sprint, they got thrust, and they got teammates top center that are going to help them out there. So it's just a little bit overcommitment there from Lunchbox. But based on how the game started off, they thought they could do it, but now they're going to get punished as Envy answers back. You're not going to be able to make those kind of mistakes and not get punished for it from the #1 team in the league.
Just a small thing like missing that flag or not putting that flag in, however you want to look at it, ends up being a counter cap in the long run here for Envy. So Evil Geniuses is going to have to try to regain map control here because, as you see, Hook and company, they're just locking down this pink side of the map. Now, Hook ended up flying out bottom center and Ninja in perfect position for that one. Also, Roy stayed alive in pink 2 and picked up a kill at the same time. So nice job by these guys on Evil Geniuses again to try to reset the map and try to get some control here. But the constant flood from Envy going towards the pink side is a lot of pressure because this camo is coming up. 2 kills going on over to Envy, looking for a third. Stellar challenges and gets both of those guys though, so great job by Stellar.
Yeah, he might have just locked in camo for his team too. Triple kill, perfect kill to take out Fuel Rod player, but camo, I didn't see where the camo is. I thought it should have been up at that point. It was grabbed extremely early on.
Thought he was going to ground pound that guy.
Yeah, that would have been insane. Lunchbox, however, is going to be able to grab that second camo here of the game
Don't
for
shoot
himself.
That guy. All right, good job. Thought Lunchbox was going to shoot that guy and completely compromise his position. He is pretty far out in the open right now. I expect him to drop onto face any time here. That's going to be a Fuel Rod player. He has to be really careful, though. This could be twice where he's ended up dropping the camo. Not worth it, in my opinion, just to trade the Fuel Rod for the camo. You want to try to get that Fuel Rod out of his hands and into your hands with the camo, not just trade kills there. So that's twice where Lunchbox could have slow paid the camo just a little bit. Going up against the best team, though, it's not easy to stay alive with that camo. You know Envy's calling you out and trying to focus you.
Yeah, just somehow he was not expecting 3 players to be pushing into P2 when he dropped down. So he committed to that 1v1, did pick up the kill on the Fuel, but ultimately just reset as he gave away the advantage of camo that he did in fact have, and map positioning being P3.
So we're taking a look at what Mikwin's doing here, and Mikwin wants that P2 control. You have the Brown brothers, Lunchbox and Roy over there working together with the bait and switch. They drop Mikwin, but are they able to stay alive over here? And it looks like Roy is able to do so. Flying in with the assault rifle. Nice melee coming in from Pistola, and that's one of the things that is very underrated, is even if you are about to die, try to at least get that death melee off so you can leave them weak for one of your teammates, or at least take them out of the game for a little bit as they get their shields recharged. And we got a tweet coming in from Tom McGurl, and it says, excited for this next HCS match, Team Envy taking on Evil Geniuses. I agree, this is going to be a fantastic series, already tied up here 1-1. Anybody's game so far.
Yeah, and Snipe Down still has P-Tower on lockdown as he's sitting up here. 4 shots left in the Fuel Rod. Ninja's going to start committing to this fight. does what he can. Will go ahead and throw a pretty good Splinter Nade, secure the kill. Flag has been pulled out, and members starting to die left and right. EG Roy grabs that double and picks up the flag. We'll take a quick look. 2 dead, so numbers advantage of 4v2 here for EG as they're able to take that lead, put in the second flag cap here. New camo is in fact up here now. We'll get the time on that one. Great job picking up the kill off Pistola, not even allowing him to burn that. We also have Sword in favor of EG. Fuel Rod, Hook doing what he can, trying to keep these players off of this camo, but as 3 make that 4 members of EG start to collapse here on red base, or excuse me, blue base. They're doing a great job of securing map control.
Roy just challenging here. He doesn't have any ammo in his pistol and couldn't find any, so he's just going to sacrifice his life. And I like that play. Sometimes you can spend way too much time looking for ammo. He could have potentially went towards the face and looked for the battle rifle that was there, but I'd rather see someone just add aggression with the assault rifle and say, whatever, just put me on spawn. I'll be fine. And it looks like Ninja dies with the camo, does get a trade. So that's 3 camos that have just been traded for 1 kill each on the side of Evil Geniuses. That's not going to be enough here to beat this Envy team. Even though you're up 2-1, those are the small little advantages that you need if you're going to win.
Ooh, but a lot of action happening in the base here. You even have Roy still putting some shots down. Lunchbox go ahead and finish off a kill on that player Carbine side. Now that is going to be top middle control here over in favor of Evil Geniuses, but Lunchbox pushing in a little bit too quickly, but it is not too slow to where he's able to be taken down quickly enough. Ninja just has a double, still pushing below the base here, looking to challenge this player. Does in fact
lives through the nade.
Yeah, lives through that nade is the amazing part I was thinking about right there. Stellar here is pushing up pink side, trying to help out. Roy was just hiding below the base. 3 members of Envy here at home, both top of their base now as Ninja secures yet another kill here on Mikwin below the base.
And Ninja finally drops, but did such a good job being a huge distraction and also getting a couple kills at the same time. And I would have liked to see Evil Geniuses take advantage of that distraction that he was putting on, but now Envy has map control, and it looks like they're trying to pull this flag here. Mikwin tossing it pretty far, pink 1, as they're picking up slays. Scary moment here for Evil Geniuses, as they looked like they were in prime position to hold on to this lead, but it looks like Envy has different plans here. Camo should have been up. I'm not sure if anyone was able to grab that one. Stellar coming in for the flag return. Pistola says no with the sword, gets the touch at the same time, and the fuel rod's gonna drop him here, so it's all up to Ninja. Can Ninja get a kill? No, Mikwin shuts that down. Former teammates there. Hook ends up seeing a player, which is Roy, get the touch. Roy also pulls that bottom center, but it's gonna be a return. This is all tied up 2-2.
And wow, every match, every series of the day so far has been so intense between every team, as there is just no more room for error at this point here. You did have that camo being taken out. 5 minutes left to play on this clock. Of course, we will go into overtime because the score is tied. So next flag cap does win over the next 8 minutes here.
Sure does. So let's see who's going to be able to get control. Looks like right now it's in Envy's hands. If they can get Mikwin before he tosses flag out, they should be able to stop the cap. However, that's not the case. It's looking a little scary here for Evil Geniuses. They are on the car side of the map. They are in position to get a touch. Let's see where they pull it. Underneath the base could be the right decision here. Maybe even the only decision that Ninja had. Here goes the possible return here for Mikwin. Roy sneaks in for a return of his own, though, so amazing play coming out from the board.
Oh, and you do have another flag pull happening. Lunchbox was the last guy alive, gets perfect shots to secure the kill. Stellar coming off spawn here, P side of red. Will immediately go over to P2. No one from Envy was over in that position to try and contest that. Flying in to fight.
Wow.
Snipe down, who wins the 1v1.
And they're pulling a flag too, so that was a huge 1v1 because now Snipe Down's still alive to keep this flag pull going and doesn't realize there is a player that is below him, but that player doesn't end up going for a return. I think he could have even dropped at the same time. So here goes Snipe Down relaying this one after that big 1v1 that he won over in the enemy bubble. And now Hook just laying down cover fire. That flag is just sitting there. I think Hook should be in position to thrust and slide and put that one in, and he does. That's going to be 3-2. Envy taking down Evil Geniuses after EG had that 2-1 lead.
And they came out so strong. Looking at the stats, especially Ninja here, who was always so much of a question mark for so many people. 22 kills on the other hand. So was that... Okay, so Slay's still win in favor of Envy, but Ninja doing all he can to keep that one interesting. 3 flag returns out of the hand of Envyus, or out of the team of Envyus. Only 1 from Roy himself. So 3-2 victory out of game number 1 after that immediate flag cap. That's scary.
Couple small errors for Evil Geniuses. One was the flag pull after the first flag that they captured. That looked like a possible double capture going in, and Ninja did miss that flag when it got pulled. I'm not sure if that worked out for him or not. Either way, he needed way more cover fire, and someone needed to shut Hook down, who ended up picking up the double and securing that return. That is one that got away from him, but also the misplays with the camouflage. 2 from Lunchbox, and then I think it was 1 from Ninja, where they only picked up 3 kills total. That's just not enough with the camouflage. Every time you get a camo against a team like Envy, it's very hard to even get it, first of all, and walk away with it, but you have to at least string together 2, 3, maybe 5 kills. Otherwise, you don't stand a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. 3-2 victory, and Envyus playing from their back feet the entire time almost. You know, just kind of picking, pinpointing out some of those stats a little bit more. Ninja died like 3 or 4 different times just running in and grabbing flags, you know, trying to keep their hopes alive, taking them below the base and getting caught out there. So Ninja was doing all he could objectively and as far as slaying goes, and you do point out that he did grab that second one maybe a little bit too early. If he had thrown that flag all the way pink side the base, it does help your teammates coming off respawn, as nobody can get into peak 2 to try and contest that. So could have worked out a little bit differently. Either way, if the rest of the games go anything like that first game, we're sure in for a treat.
We're definitely in for a series. Again, though, it comes down to the camo plays more than anything. Is whenever you get an opportunity, it's very similar to getting the weapons. If you get, you know, sniper or rockets in this Coliseum Slayer game, and you get 1 or 2 kills, that's not enough. You have to go on a spree. You have to, you know, get even 7 in a row. Whatever you can do, however many that you can get in a row, that has to be the case here. So Lunchbox, again, had the camo twice, ended up misplaying it with the sword there, only getting 1 kill each every single time they were able to do so. So they need to make sure that they're keeping the weapons out of Envy's hands. They're going into a map now where Envy is going to be a little bit favored, in my opinion. You have Scattershot, you have Rockets, you have Sniper. So you have to focus on getting these weapons out of Snipedown's hands. Make sure that he's not comfortable sitting over there towards the elbow, sitting up top catwalk, and just picking off players with ease. Add the pressure if you're Evil Geniuses. Throw these guys off. Maybe even switch up a beginning strat or something. Throw a grenade to blow the weapons to start the game. Anything to kind of throw Envy off.
Yeah, and that is going to be a heartbreaking loss for EG as well, considering you have a cap half of the first 30 seconds in the game and then not being able to continue that momentum going forward. And with game number 2, Coliseum Slayer, all those power weapons on a team where I would say, like, who do you think is the best person to have power weapons on Evil Geniuses?
I'd probably say Ninja would be the best player to have power weapons in his hands, because it depends on what the weapon is. But I would feel like he would be the smart decision. He's more likely to go off with the sniper rifle than anybody on his team. If it's Rockets, I'm not really sure. Anybody really? Yeah, maybe Lunchbox. Someone that is going to communicate in buddy system with the Rockets, because even if you don't go on a spree, you have to stick with someone that when you die, they're near you to be able to sprint and pick it up off your dead body.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with you there. As far as EG goes, I'd say railgun and sniper rifle over in the hands of Ninja. One, because he's being a more effective player for the squad. As you can see, he always gets ridiculous things with both those weapons. And then, of course, Lunchbox Roy, they're just more comfortable at home charging with their pistols out and assault rifle out and being the aggressive players. Now, ask that same question here for Team Envyus, and you can't really decide who you'd want to have them, because I'd be comfortable with any single one of those guys having any one of the weapons.
And that's what makes them so scary, is they're just a very deadly team. If even Mikwin has a sniper rifle in his hands, he's one of the top snipers, you know, in the league, let alone, you know, being even the second best on his team. That's pretty crazy, especially when you have Hook and Pistola, who are arguably just as good. Now, Snipedown, he has the weapon in his name. It's going to be hard to beat. He's so patient in terms of lining up his headshots, and the angles that he takes are perfect for the playstyle that he has. But either way, I want to see what Stellar is going to do off the get-go here, because his screen looked really good, but he did have the least kills, I believe, in that game and on his team. So if he's able to string together a couple here on Coliseum, it's going to be a different story for Evil Geniuses. And he's making his way over towards the maze to start this one. Bouncing a frag grenade off there, not going to find anyone. Does find the battle rifle, though, and a player on the street, which throws a splinter right into his face. And here we have a tweet coming in from Joe Sketch, spreading the love to any other EU viewers still watching. Great day of Halo. Thank you, sir, and appreciate you sticking up this late.
Yeah, it's got to be so late over there. I don't know what time it is exactly, but he is definitely up in the middle of the night here at this point. As you can see, player outlines here, all 4 members of Envyus are over at Sniper side of the map. And what we're seeing a lot more here is players start to try to contest and take over Snipe side. They send people bottom center. There's a lot of great angles, a lot of cover for you as well. One of those few times where the height advantage isn't necessarily everything.
It's just a matter of trying to split the spawns and making sure that you're not completely trapped at one base. And I thought based on the start that Envy would completely run away with this one, but Evil Geniuses has done a nice job of trading kills, even though they're in a less desirable position, I guess you could say. But as I'm saying that, a couple kills go right on back over to Envy, and we do have Hook with the sniper rifle. So I'd like to see Hook even fall back a little bit, because there it is. So he's going to fall back as someone else takes his position so he can bait that player. But here comes a decent collapse from Evil Geniuses to try to find exactly where these players are hiding on Envy.
All right, but Hook does get a body shot that'll push that player back from Evil Geniuses, prevent that collapse from happening immediately. I like this a lot here, taking it over to Elbow. He's going to help out one of his teammates. He keeps him alive. Big one. Is he going to be able to escape? No, he will not be. Ninja does take out Stellar there before he's able to escape. Hook still with the sniper, plenty of ammo here left. 3-kill lead with new rockets coming up in 10 seconds. So this is even better to be in this position at this time, as they will be able to contest here. Ninja in front of the base, putting some shots down. So I'd like to see somebody else from Envy put some pressure down and keep everyone off of Hook.
Stellar wanted to come in and help as Ninja was calling that player out, but realized there was another one camping over towards top catwalk, and there goes the collapse and crossfire onto Hook. Nice job by Evil Geniuses. What looked like a really dominating position for Envy ends up being a turnaround, and Roy shutting down Pistola with the ground pound. Pistola even had the scatter shot, so not a very easy thing to do for Roy, but still gets it done. And his twin brother Lunchbox adding down some fire onto Hook over there towards that red elbow area. Now, didn't realize that Lunchbox had the sniper in his back pocket and put it into sick use, as he does secure the rockets for his teammate Ninja, who I believe ended up dropping those. So they're going to have to rotate over here if you're Evil Geniuses. Look at how bad Envy wants these rockets.
Oh, and Lunchbox doing a good job staying alive here. Decides he's just going to take the sniper off the map,
no.
But he wants to change his mind as the player was taken out. Hook is fighting bottom center. Just, you know, you like where his head was at. He's not a selfish person whatsoever, but things worked out in their favor, and Lunchbox just a little bit too slow on capitalizing on that and staying alive with the weapon.
It would have been awesome to see him ground pound all the way to the bottom of the map, though. I was really hoping that we would have seen that. But look at that, a 2-for-1 coming in for Hook Skywalker, picking up 2 members of EG as they were stuck over there in that red fountain area. So here goes Snipe Down, the player that we were talking about you don't want to have on Evil Geniuses with the sniper rifle. If you are Envy, you're loving life right now. There goes one headshot over to Stellar's face, and looking for more right now if you're Snipe Down. Snipe Down even electing to jump all the way down to the bottom in the grass area to pick up that kill onto Lunchbox. Now he's going to relocate. Question is, where is Evil Geniuses spawning? Looks like not red base, so Snipe Down most likely just going to go right on back over to the elbow and have some easy pickings.
Yeah, nice rotation here. We see this is so much more out of the top teams. You do have Stellar no shields over by Fountain. However, is able to escape. Mikwin fighting 2 people up towards top rockets, but a great job by Evil Geniuses doing a little bait and switch action here with those new rockets coming up. Lunchbox not even looking for him. Snipe Down finally, 3rd time's the charm there, will go ahead and kill the rocket player.
It's the most snipes I've ever seen Snipe Down miss right there. It was 2 in a row, honestly. Usually someone that connects on the first, definitely the second one. So let's see if he can continue to build on this 5-kill lead here, Kyle. As there it is, the magnetic headshot, which is Snipe Down. Looking for another one. Ninja finally shutting that spree down. Nice job by these guys on EG to keep it close, even though we've seen so many weapons in the hands of Envy. If Evil Genius is able just to get a rocket in their hands or get a sniper rifle into Ninja's hands, they should be in a good position to bring this back here. But you got to give credit where it's due over to Envy for constantly adding pressure. However, Pistola whiffing a couple shots on the Lunchbox should have been a free kill.
And the rockets, he already whiffed the rockets once in this same fight. So Lunchbox doing an amazing job just taking Pistola out of the battle here and making him waste that rocket.
Yeah, Pistola's like, all right, Lunchbox, you've annoyed me enough. I'm going to go and try my luck over here with Roy over towards that fountain. Nice job, laying down the perfect shots. Even gets the beatdown eventually onto Lunchbox. So that's a heads-up play from Ola, sometimes you got to realize one person is being way too hard of a kill, and does that end up being a back smack onto Miklin? I think it was, so. Either way, though, I do like that play from Ola. Sometimes someone's being so annoying that you just got to be like, all right, man, you win. I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a big props to Lunchbox because he avoided that first rocket, no shields, hopping around, getting some great shots down, an awesome thrust in response as well. And, you know, rather than Pistola definitely did choke in that situation, but that was Lunchbox just being a nuisance.
Sure was, but that's not going to mean much for Evil Geniuses because they're not picking up any kills. So that's an 8-kill differential now, virtually doubling their lead from a couple seconds ago. Is Envy, and Evil Geniuses, they need to find the weapons here. It's rockets and sniper rifle dropping at that 6-minute mark. This is their time to shine. If they're not able to get Hook down and not able to get Ola away from these rockets, it's going to be game over.
Yeah, and Ola looks like he will be able to go ahead and escape with these rockets. Now, sniper in the hands of Hook. Tries to hit that no-scope, not going to be able to do so. Decides to just go ahead and rotate these weapons away, but this is Evil Genius's opportunity as now 3 members are down. Hook was the last guy alive. Envy coming off spawn. Stellar sitting in cave. They're starting to get trapped here, bottom center and over on the elbow. So this is perfect positioning, being down by 5. You can see 3 player outlines flying over there and Rocket Sniper down in corner.
What just happened? We were talking about this is their time at the 6-minute mark, and they really stepped it up during that time. So now we have Lunchbox camping over here with the scatter shot. You have Ninja over towards top rockets with the sniper rifle. And then you have multiple players working over in that red fountain. Ninja got 1 kill with the grenade on the snipe down, looking for a little bit more. Lunchbox also crouching and clamoring over there with the scatter shot. He has to put in work immediately because Envy is racking up kills at the same time. Only 8 more for them to end this game. As you see, they're camping though in that red fountain area with the rockets. Nice job by Hook, being patient, waiting for Lunchbox to come to him. Stellar needs to get that kill on the player in the blue fountain, but not able to do so. And this is the player, if you're Evil Geniuses, that you want the game in his hands. It's Ninja, it's the sniper rifle. He's in red window. Want to see him get out of there, though. They know he's already in this area. Where's he going to go, though? Ends up going over towards the snipe side of the map where there's 3 players, too. So interesting strategy not to go over towards the elbow, and that's 2 deaths, unnecessary deaths for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, they were in perfect position. They had sniper and rockets, but they were 2 split up on the map. They weren't hitting their shots. The rockets were turned over in the hands of Envy and down to a 3-kill lead that should have been even closer than that. Turns out to be a 6-kill lead still in favor of Envy, and after that game 1 loss, this is not what you want to see if you're an EG fan.
Not at all. Just such a minor misplay coming in from Evil Geniuses, gets heavily punished from Envy right at the end of the game here. Pretty much a dream scenario for a comeback. It was all there. They had it right in front of them. You had all the ingredients. Ninja with the sniper rifle. You had the rockets. You had the positioning. But now it looks like that's going to be game, and it is 2-0 series now for Envy. They win that one 50-43.
Oh my gosh, look at these stats here, Tom.
17-5. Is that real?
That is real there. 17-5 from Hook with 6 assists. And Makwin, 14 kills, 16 deaths. A little uncharacteristic. A lot of deaths on his end, something we don't see too often. Ninja.
That's pretty Makwin-esque.
Ninja not having a bad game whatsoever. 15 kills, 11 assists, and 14 deaths. But as we saw from his point of view, he definitely could have been doing more for the squad. You know, taking that sniper top rockets, not being able to put it to use. Teammates losing rockets over on Fountain, and then being taken out by a rocket, and essentially being taken out on his charge over to Blue Sneaky right towards the end of that game as well.
Very rough series so far for Stellar, and he's the new addition to the team. We're talking about how the other 3 players have stepped it up. I think that we've seen that in this series specifically. I've been pretty impressed with Roy, with Lunch, with Ninja from what I'm seeing. We've seen a couple misplays from Lunch to start the series, specifically with that camo, only twice though, in the CTF Truth, but in the kills and deaths department, Stellar's definitely been dropping the ball here for the EG squad. He's going to have to come out strong here. It's going to be Plaza Strongholds. We've seen reverse sweeps happen today. We've seen almost reverse sweep happen today. We'll find out what's going to happen. These games have been very close. It's safe to say Plaza Strongholds could go either way. We're going to find out, though. Evil Geniuses, they can't afford to get 3-0'd here, Kyle. Keep in mind the map percentage ratio that happens when we see the standings at the end of the night on the far right-hand side. You have the wins and the losses, but you also have to keep in mind the win map percentage. So Evil Geniuses, if they get 3-0'd here, that's not going to go over well for them.
And keep in mind that these 2 teams did play here in week 2, and it was Evil Geniuses defeating Envyus on Plaza Stronghold's 100-55. So these two teams have matched up on this game type, and Evil Geniuses has been able to do it before, but that was week 2 Evil Geniuses that had Victory X, the same Evil Geniuses that defeated Optic Gaming. So it's going to be a big test here. Stellar really needs to step it up here for this squad if they have any chance of continuing this series and hopefully sending it to another game number 5 here on the night. I'm saying we start this one off here with Stellar. Take a look through his point of view, and the newest member of Evil Geniuses, what he brings to the table here for this squad.
I don't want to take anything away from Stellar, and I don't want to harp on the past team changes too much. I do feel like, however, the most unnecessary change was dropping Victory X and picking up Stellar for Evil Geniuses, because we were just talking about how Evil Geniuses, they beat Optic Gaming, and that's something that they should have rode and really felt good about, and I would have loved to see their team stick together. They have to prove that this pickup of Stellar was worth it for them, and so far it hasn't been, and that's not a shot at Stellar, that's just the facts, and that's just the way it is. So Stellar, let's see what he's going to do, because now they have 2 strongholds in their favor. They're down 2-0 in the series. This is their opportunity to try to bring this back.
Yeah, now you have Quinn here who's pushing up, trying to focus on this nest. Shotgun right in front of his face. That's going to be Ninja. However, he does pick up a great stick there to secure the kill. Now, we may be looking at points going back here on the board for Evil Geniuses as Rory does secure nest and then immediately pushes towards bottom center. Now, he needs to get somebody in this hill to prevent this from being captured. Good contest. There are 2 or maybe even 3 members down there. It looks like 3 members of Envyus bottom center. Rory secures 1 kill. That is going to be a hill reset. Great overall job by Evil Geniuses holding off the Envyus push. They just put all 4 members down.
This next push matters, though, and we've seen this happen a couple of times for Evil Geniuses, where they get in this position and they overextend towards that loop area. So here goes Mikwin and Ninja fighting, and that's a decent trade in kills. He could have still just gotten that guy weak and backed off, though.
I think that was because it was Mikwin.
Lunchbox. The thing is, though, is Lunchbox and Ninja, when we watched the last Strongholds Plaza, they're the 2 guys to charge over to the loop, overextend, and die, and re-give control to whoever they were playing last week. So these guys have to be careful. They need to make sure that they're just locking down the posters, locking down Hotel, locking down S4, and then playing off of that. There's no reason, unless you're collapsing and going for the triple cap, to send multiple people over towards the loop.
I honestly think Ninja challenged that because he saw it was in fact Mikwin there, and Ninja and Mikwin have so much history, used to be a little duo themselves there in the past. Now Roy still has shotgun in his back pocket. As soon as he either dies or drops this weapon, it will be on the next respawn cycle, about 10 seconds to see that weapon up again. Now constant back and forth action. You have 2 members going down here for Evil Geniuses, so this is a perfect opportunity for Envyus finally to gather some control and hopefully put some points on the board. Camo's going to go over and hands up Pistola at that 38 mark. Now the Evil Geniuses does know he is over on this side of the map, but they've not been able to get eyes on him quite yet.
Pistola trying to bring it back here, picking up 2 kills. Does eventually drop with the camouflage. So is this the time for Envy to eventually capture this bottom middle, as they do have the yard? And it doesn't look like the contest comes in, and that's going to be first points now going over to Envy.
Ooh, and Snipe Down getting on a fight here with Ninja, who's hiding bottom dip right now. Snipe Down does have the shotgun. Ninja needs somebody to come in and help him take out this player with the power weapon. Nobody going to be able to rotate quickly enough. You can see the last 3 members of Evil Geniuses, although Lunchbox grabs the kill. They are rotating over here by Loop and Top Gold. Ninja coming off spawn over by Loop as well, immediately rotates into yard. Looks like he's pushing over towards shotgun side, but he knows Snipe Down has that weapon. Immediately going right to where he was. Now Ninja remembers Snipe Down's hiding over here at blue and comes off spawn, immediately rushes all the way over there to take that player out. So he's a little salty about that one, it looks like.
Yeah, Ninja not having it. He's trying to capture bottom middle here with his team. Whoa. That's a big kill, though, however, from Snipe Down. Working with whoever that was, I think Pistola bottom center. So that's going to mean Evil Geniuses not able to secure that stronghold. And look at Mikwin getting extremely aggressive. Possible triple kill coming in. No, Hook steals that one. So Evil Geniuses, what looked like a fantastic start for them, now their lead slowly diminishing as Envy continues to put the hurting on. And I would like to see Roy try to just stay alive here. Nice melee coming in from Snipe Down, but eventually drops. So it's a 2-on-2 situation here, fighting down towards the bottom middle. Nice Hail Mary coming in from Pistola. Fantastic grenade from Stellar, though, is going to drop him, and I think bottom middle is going to go back to Evil Geniuses.
And what a great capture there. Roy even flies in, grabs the kill. Snipe Down gets taken to no shields over towards Light Rifle. Looks like Envy starting to elect to go and contest or start that capture on yard. There may be a player top gold that says something about this, but no, looks like they will go and back off. They need to start focusing on Nest then, but nobody here pushing over towards yard, and points going right back over to Envyus.
That's weird to see Nest not captured from the side of Evil Geniuses, and then they just give up yard like that, and they're still not even capturing that Nest area, finally dropping down there, but that's a couple 3 points on over to Envy. So small misplay coming in for Evil Geniuses. Now they're double capping the yard. While this is happening, it looks like bottom middle is being captured by Envy, so that's not what you want to see. Bottom middle is much more highly contested than the yard. You want to try to control that a little bit more, so I feel like Evil Geniuses could have capitalized on that, got the Nest and contested bottom middle.
Now, if Snipedown grabbed a second kill there with that shotgun, that would have been a whole lot more damage going on to the hands of Evil Geniuses than Stellar actually getting that kill and then securing this weapon, as he's now on a killing spree, getting shot at by multiple players here. 2 people pushing down from blue ramp. Pistola throwing some nades, but Stellar, great job avoiding everything and escaping with his life. Bottom mid almost captured, but looks like Envyus will go ahead and get the reset. But Evil Geniuses answers back here, securing that Nest stronghold back in their favor. They know there's players pushing around. There's bottom dip. They're over in Cafe. Stellar doing all he can as he's also out of ammo here in the shotgun. As soon as he dies, that weapon will once again, like we said, be on respawn.
Ooh, nice evasive move coming in for Stellar. It doesn't get rewarded with the kill. Who's going to be able to capture the bottom middle? It's not going to be Envy. Reset coming in for Evil Geniuses, and they've scratched and clawed right back into this one. They had a nice little lead that got diminished by Envy, but here they are just crawling back into this one, refusing to die. And this is saying a lot about their team, Kyle, because very easily could they have just been like, all right, guys, you know, Envy, they're just so good, whatever you want to say about them, but they're not giving up here, and that's just fantastic to see coming out from Evil Geniuses. Mikwin took Snipedown down to no shields with that assault rifle. That was weird.
I can't believe Ninja lived over there by stairs. I mean, I like kind of like what Envy did. They knew they had to capture Pit, but not picking up that kill. There were just too many members of Evil Geniuses, and they were able to capture that one instantly back. Still 20-point lead here. Shotgun should be up, but I don't think EG knows that that's going to go ahead and have spawned at this point. There is a player bottom center. Roy getting some good shots down here. Oh, and
nice.
He picks up a reversal kill on Pistola. That's not something you see very often as well. They get the contest, yep, and they get the reset. Big plays coming out of Evil Geniuses here, looking to extend this series.
Nice play coming in from EG, and that was a triple cap now. As you can see, Ola trying to get this yard. All 3 players that are alive on Envy focusing on that side now. Only one more push here for Envy. Where are they going to go is the question. They do pick up 1 kill, so now they need to get aggressive. Are they going to go bottom, middle, or yard, though? Looks like Snipedown going over towards the Nest. And it looks like now Pistola splitting over towards bottom middle, but realizing this is not the right decision, so gets back up top, helping Hook over here, who was just working with Snipedown, but Lunchbox and Stellar picking up a couple kills. Now, this is getting kind of scary here for Envy, getting a little bit out of control. There goes the reset over towards that Nest. Then you have bottom middle still in control too, so Lunchbox challenging, realizing that this is pretty much virtually over. However, bottom middle is being captured right now by Envy, so Lunchbox has to contest. This one isn't over quite yet. They sent 2 players in there, bottom middle, and at 99 points, Evil Geniuses not able to secure the victory. Mikwin goes in with the splinter grenade, and now it's looking like a possible triple cap here.
Yeah, I mean, they will go ahead and lose yard. They cannot push back to contest this. They cannot risk giving up any free or dumb deaths. You see Mikwin immediately run back here. He's like, I've seen Snakebite do this one a lot. I'm going to jump up here on Hotel, put some shots down cross map. However, missing those shots is not going to be what he wants to see. Ninja, however, is going to be forced back momentarily. Lunchbox already pushed over and committed to bottom dip. Hill is being taken. 2 members of Evil Genius to make that 3. They're not going to be able to get in the contesting in time. Wow.
I'm shocked that Envy allowed that right there. And Stellar, we were talking about it. He had to step it up. Had a pretty poor game 1 in game number 2. 10 captures, 23 kills. Phenomenal performance coming out from him.
Yeah, that's amazing. On the other hand, Hook, 10 kills, only 2 secures, or captures, so not doing what they need out of Hook here in that game number 3, and Evil Genius is starting to show some more life, as once again, Tom, we've seen a team take a 2-0 lead, and then all of a sudden, it's going back and turning into a series. Once again, Evil Geniuses answering the call here for all the fans, trying to take down this Evil Geniuses lineup. And keep in mind, Optic Gaming's probably rooting for EG here as well, as they know they want to steal that first seed.
It's weird to think that you have Lethal at home rooting for Evil Geniuses.
And not only that, but Lethal was just teaming with this squad over at St. Louis as well. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot, obviously a lot on the line here. If you do not make it to the finals, your season is over. But this was one of the best plays there. Roy picking up that reversal there on Pistola himself. Game number 4, Tom, capture the flag on Coliseum.
Yeah, and we saw Envy with a pretty solid Coliseum Slayer, but we did see the first caption and some very aggressive CTF play coming out for Evil Geniuses. And I gotta say, these guys are hanging in there, you know, not necessarily blow for blow with Envy, otherwise they would be probably up in the series. But it's been a very valiant performance so far from them, and I'd like to see them continue up the aggressive play styles, because a lot of that came down to right from the get-go, they built up a very solid lead over Envy, and then Envy made a really nice push. And then they stopped that push, and we've seen them be up so far in the first game, which was CTF Truth, and then we've seen them have a really dominant game number 3. So it's not like they're not capable of doing so. It's just that, again, Stellar, who had a kind of a slow start to the series, really picked it up there. If he continues to play at that level, there's no reason that they couldn't bring this back for a reverse sweep.
Yeah, and heck, I don't know if we've seen all 4 game 5s in a night, but might as well start somewhere, and might be the first time we are seeing this, as long as EG is able to come out and secure a victory here in this CTF game type, and it's looking like a pretty good start, as Stellar does secure 1 kill. I thought that grenade was going to get the other one.
Going for the stick. Imagine the amount of pressure on Envy if Evil Geniuses wins this game, but then imagine the amount of pressure on Optic Gaming and Team Liquid to go to 5 games, because if that's the case and you know you're up and you're Optic Gaming and you're 2-0, do you really want to be the team that spoils the whole best of 5 thing? I don't know.
I mean, it's a really good point to bring up. Not that good of a point, actually, because I'm sure Optic Gaming have no problem 3-0ing Liquid in the next series here. But what we're looking at right now is Snipedown doing work, picking up that kill on Stellar. Of course, he did have some help there. Hook, Skywalker now with this sniper rifle starting to push in, trying to help Austin McWin, who is over here in Cave. Ninja, however, is going to be running around with that scatter shot, does secure that kill. Pistola with the rockets. That's going to be sniper rockets in the hands of Envy. Scatter shot only in the hands of EG.
It's not a disaster start for Evil Geniuses, but they didn't get any of the weapons, which if they were to secure the weapons, they'd be in a very prime position to run this flag here. So they got to be careful, because when you try to pull the flag and you have rockets in the other hands of the enemy team, that's when you're susceptible to getting counter-capped on.
Yeah, but it also helps when Hook over challenges with that sniper and gets taken out without getting much done either. So, however, good return here coming out of Envy. I did not expect them to get that so easily, but a lot of that came down to Hook with that misplay.
Ola casting a spell before he ran through that splinter grenade and tossed it out pretty far. So let's see, that's 2 kills going on over to Snipedown. Takes another player down the no shields with that hit marker. Make that 3, getting that snapshot onto Ninja. That flag should easily be put in for Envy. And Snipedown continuing to add the pressure, trying to find some more kills on the elbow. And this is what he does so well. He leaves players and then he starts focusing on the next kills. So just fantastic aggression coming out for Snipedown. Unfortunately for him, didn't have any players to help clean those guys up because they were too busy securing a cap.
Yeah, but it worked out in their favor as Envy does take that 1-0 lead.
What a nade.
Yeah, Pistola with the rockets, Hook with some grenades there, picks up 2 members of Evil Geniuses. Lunchbox getting collapsed on with no shields, wasn't long for this world. Stellar, last guy alive, hiding below the base, is going to be taken out as well. Good spawns coming out of Evil Geniuses, though, as they committed to running the flag snipe side. They're able to get this kill here on Ninja. This should be another cap being put in, but Lunchbox coming off spawn on flag. Envy just not being able to push it out fast enough, and Evil Geniuses just too quick on those respawns with the grenades and extra damage coming out to stop this flag. But just as I say that, heck, maybe they are going to be able to put that over.
It looks like it, but there is a flag being pulled on the other side, I believe. So yeah, Snipedown can't put that in quite yet. He does get a perfect kill onto Roy. That's another kill onto Lunchbox. So 2 for 1 there for Hook, and now you have Snipe Down not able to get in position as Ninja snuck around, gets the kill onto Mikwin, and gets the return. That's the first big misplay coming out for Envy, and a fantastic heads-up return coming in from Ninja. Let's find out if Evil Geniuses can ride that play.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was something misplay by Envyus, allowing Ninja to actually push across and get that return. Snipedown had his focus on the sniper rifle, but what they really needed to do was focus on that return because they were going to actually have a secured cap. No one else from Evil Geniuses could have got the touch.
And we'll find out if that comes back to hurt them here, as we've seen a pretty close series so far. 3-2 in CTF Truth, 50-43 in game number 2. Then the game Evil Geniuses did win was actually the most one-sided game so far in this series. So let's see what Snipedown's able to do with this sniper rifle, because again, that was a pretty big misplay over there, not securing the flag capture and going up 2-0 in this game, giving Evil Geniuses just a little bit more hope, and any type of hope they're going to try to take advantage of here.
Yeah, you can see the last 3 members of Evil Geniuses make that 2 members over by Cave and Fountain. Now Borg coming off spot here on the flag as Hoop was taken out. No block spawns happening in this situation here. Now Ninja does get taken out. Snipedown's finding the position he wants to be in with that sniper over by Cave. Picks up that body shot. That player should be cleaned up as Pistola is rotating into the base with the scatter shot as well. Snipedown likes to rotate back towards top catwalk. They've caught everyone spawning in the base, and just like that, Hook takes out Ninja. Snipedown, no scope, Stellar. Mikwin's pushing in with the rockets as well. And this is another great flag run opportunity here coming out of Team Envyus.
So many kills for Envy, but no flag pulls. That's going to be at least 3 or 4 kills for Snipedown in this whole spree, not including the amount of assists that he got. But here goes the flag pull finally, and he's not going to miss that many in a row. We've already seen 2 whiffs from Snipedown, not going to make it 3. So that should be another flag here for Envy, unless they completely botch this cap like they did on the previous one. And yeah, that's going to be 2-0, Kyle here. One more cap for Envy before Evil Geniuses has to go to bed.
Oh, and 2 dead, 1 top rockets, flag already being pushed out. He gets the hit markers on Lunchbox. He knows he's there. Eric or Snipedown over there near the flag. They've got 3 members of Evil Geniuses about to be trapped low, essentially. Mikwin with the rockets as well, pushing across the map. Hook doing what he can, being such a distraction. Now Ninja does, he has to do that. He has to push in and get the flag puller.
Nice
that game
play.
was over, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. Too many members of Envy is still alive.
Just got to slow play this right now if you're Envy. There's no reason to all die trying to get this flag capture. And there it is. Looks like Pistola going to slow play him, but no. It's still just a couple of ticks away. There goes the return for Evil Geniuses. Are you kidding me? That's twice we've seen Envy choke away a flag.
That was, oh, I cannot believe. And that all started with Ninja. So big props to Ninja, who actually ignored the flag carrier, ran all the way back to get that touch return. Stellar and Ninja both having amazing captures here. I thought this game was over, but Evil Geniuses is not going down without a fight. They want to send this to a game number 5.
I cannot believe that just happened there for Envy. I think that they just didn't have any communication on who was going to actually going for that flag return there. But either way, Pistola with the rockets, that's a good sign for Envy. But I'm scratching my head. I'm wondering what's going on. And you got to just give props, like you said, to Ninja, because twice he was the one that going in and helped with that flag return.
Oh, I can't believe Pistola even lived through that one. CA is able to secure the rocket kill on Roy. He is pushing over. We'll have a lot of help here on the snipe side of the map. There's a player in maze, gets the call out, misses the first rocket, misses a melee, gets destroyed by Stellar. Holy cow, I cannot believe
I thought he was just going to rocket the wall that was in front of him, and that should have been enough to get the kill, even if he was to thrust either way. So small misplay from Ola with the rockets.
A lot of bad rockets today.
Well, we've seen a handful of bad rockets from Ola on Eden, and we've seen a handful of great rockets from him too. But we've seen a decent amount of misplays there for Envy that were not typical plays. And look at Ninja pulling this one, even though it's flat, his shields are weak.
What is happening right now?
He's like, all right, guys, they have no idea which way I'm running this. Either do I, so they don't stand a chance.
All right, but it looks like it may be working out in their favor as he dodges a couple nades, gets the flagpole, brings it all the way back. And what is this game right now, Tom?
I don't know what this game is.
What is this day, actually?
I have no idea, but this has been some crazy back and forth Halos. Stellar picking up 2 kills for 1, trading his life for a couple players onto Envy. And unfortunate for Ninja, as he did have 2 players in the grass that should have been easy easy for him, but he does get double teamed eventually. Roy and Lunch picking up a pair of kills as Lunch trying to secure the combo, and he does. Look at that big gun runner, sniper and rockets in his hands. Ends up saying, all right, I have so much ammo, I'm just gonna use it. And I would like to see him try to get in a better position. Yeah, there it is. So even if he can't get over to sniper rifle area, this is still a decent position to be in, especially when you have another player that is over towards the elbow, but he's not utilizing these as good as he should quite yet. There, he needs to fly into the window or fly into the elbow. That's exactly what he's doing. So there goes 4 rockets, 1 kill there for Lunchbox, and you do have Evil Geniuses collapsing from the side though, so not perfect utilization from Lunchbox with these weapons. And they need to get some kills if they want to be able to get this last cap.
Looks like Ninja's starting to try to push in the base. The shields are coming back. Lunchbox only has 1 shot left in that sniper, so yeah, it looks like Ninja's not long for this world. Go back on board with Lunchbox. Finds the SMG just running around, trying to get whatever gun he can use. Still had that shot left in sniper, but of course with only 1 bullet, not going to be the biggest factor here.
What is that, 1 kills with full sniper and full rockets? That's just not going to cut it when you're trying to close these guys out. And look at that, you put sniper into Hook's hands, immediately we switch over and he hits a no-scope in the face. So nice job by Hook, but
oh gosh, everyone's dying.
Yeah, everyone's dying, but I'm just surprised again to see, you know, we've seen Lunchbox with the camo and the sword dying twice there in the CTF Truth. We've seen there with sniper rockets only to get 1 kill. Those are the mistakes that you can't afford to make.
So many grenades too.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate because that was their opportunity to get back in this game. So they're gonna have to do it now without the weapons in their hands.
All right, now we got Roy battling players here. That looks like 3 members dead for Evil Geniuses. Roy just needs to buy as much time as possible. Not going to be long for this world. We'll see what Lunchbox does coming off the spawn here. Immediately backs up. Now he got some hit markers from that player over by elbow. Now Ninja's going to be the real crucial factor here as he's not able to get any of those kills. There's so many weak members of Envyus everywhere. Roy does secure the kill on Pistola. Flag is being moved over here towards sniper side of the base.
Nice run by Miklin. It's a good route, very clean run. It's very fast, but you do have Lunchbox here with the rockets. So let's see if Lunchbox, he has to not whiff with these. Does get 1 kill, but he doesn't get enough, and he doesn't get the touch. So Lunchbox twice in that game with the rockets, not able to put in as much work as he would have liked, and that's going to be Envy winning this series 3-1, 3-2 in that game.
It's hard to believe that game was even close. Taking a look at some of these stats, Tom, 2 captures out of Hook, 25 kills. The most kills of Evil Geniuses was Roy at 17. So you had all 4 members of Envy with more kills than all 4 members of Evil Geniuses. So we talk about teams getting heavily outslayed. This was about as heavy as an objective game that was close for one team outslaying the other that we have seen in the Pro League, and I'd be willing to put money on that, I think.
That was an instance right here where there's just so many kills for Envy, but just not getting the flag out, and it should have been a 3-0 easily. There's no reason for Envy not to secure that final cap besides of the fact that Evil Geniuses, they clutched it, Ninja got in there with the touch, they came in with some clutch grenade kills, but more or less that was just Envy fumbling that. And they thought that game was virtually over, that there was no way that Evil Geniuses was going to get that return. They've been in that scenario probably 1,000 times, and I would doubt that that's happened to them even once. So that's a great showing from Evil Geniuses, but we've seen tons of great showings for them just not coming up with any wins in the series.
Yeah, I mean, and then a really impressive performance from Team Envyus as well. Even with all of those hiccups that they had, Stellar with the flag returns, Ninja with the flag returns, they were still able to come out with that victory. And that game could have easily been a 5-2 victory if Evil Geniuses, Ninja, and Stellar especially weren't going so clutch. And even then, that last play, Lunchbox almost had a flag return in a 1v2 situation, which would have just added insult to injury there with the amount of flag returns that EG had.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that we used to play CTF games to 5. But either way, we do have a winner view with Snipe Down, and let's get him on the line. And Snipe Down, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, so that last game, what the heck was going on? It's 2-0. You guys got the last flag in there. There's only 1 guy alive, and you guys don't get the flag capture. Is that the first time you guys have just completely botched a cap like that?
No, I think we've seen quite a few times that we've botched caps. So I I don't know how the game wasn't over. We had 3 of us on our flag. I was still slaying at their base, putting down shots. I feel like it was just one of those liquid situations again where they just made some crazy desperation plays. I think maybe we could have doubled up on that flag return a little quicker to help win that game. I think that was part of the issue is how that didn't get returned. And then after that, it was just pure chaos. But I'm glad we were able to clutch up and get that 3rd cap because we've had that happen to us quite a few times where we don't end up with the W.
I'm curious to see. Sorry, Kyle. I was curious to see what percentage on a scale of 1 to 100 do you guys feel like you played in that series? Because watching Evil Geniuses play, I feel like they were probably at about 90%. Were you guys feeling like you're around that same?
I'd say like the 80-90% area. I myself don't feel like I played that well, regardless of like stats. I know I didn't put up like the best stats or anything, but my listening and just finding teammates to help was not as quick as it should have been. So I think our teamwork wasn't fully there, but props to EG. They played us really close in all those games. Great team, and it's always fun playing those guys.
Now, what is it like communication-wise in-game, especially the game number 4 Coliseum CTF? When you guys, I mean, I didn't do the math, but the person on your team with the lowest amount of kills was still significantly higher than the person on EG with the most kills, just to give you an idea of how heavily you guys were outslaying them. When you guys are not,
I didn't even look.
Yeah, and when you guys are not getting those not getting those flag captures, but you're still getting all those kills, did you guys, the communication change at all? Do you say, hey, like, obviously we need to stop, statting for the lack of a better word, even though I don't think you guys were. You guys weren't able to execute. So what is that like in game when one team is just so heavily outslaying another, but not able to really capitalize on anything?
I mean, I think you saw how it started. We were outslaying the heck out of them, and we went up 2-0 and should have won the game 3-0 real quick. So by the looks of that, if the game had ended there, it would have been like, holy cow, these guys are on fire. They're all playing well. And then we just kind of got out of our element after they got that clutch return and a couple caps. But, we regrouped. But overall, as a team, our we overslay a lot. We'll lose scrims and still have like outslay the other team. And if I have a problem with my team, I'm glad it's that. So, getting kills doesn't seem to be the issue. It just comes down to, our objective efficiency. And for lack of a better word, it's been poor at times, but we're just looking to improve on that overall.
Yeah, mainly just the final securing of a cap seems to be the only thing you guys were really struggling with that series. But either way, Eric, great showing here today. You had a great showing this past weekend. And of course, best luck in your games tomorrow as you battle for that 1st place seed.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one.
All right, Envyus coming out, and sure enough, they went ahead and broke the streak here of game number 5s, but still a really entertaining series to watch nonetheless, especially big props to Evil Geniuses for putting up such a great fight. Now, if you are at home watching and you want to see how you can participate here in the HCS Pro League, you can always head over to halo.gg to find all of the information about the open circuit, find out how you can battle your way into relegation and perhaps knock out one of these 2 teams. May very well be Evil Geniuses as well. So, of course, that's going to do it for our match number 3 as Envyus defeats EG 3-1. We will be going into our last game of the night, Optic Gaming versus Team Liquid, right after this short break.
Red flag taken.